Final week into the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Tua on the bootleg here.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Tyreek Hill's got another one. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack.
Tua.
He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Tua. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Jalen Phillips, the edge man on the tackle. Second down at 6 now from the 42. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On third down, Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles. 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys. Because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence. Show some aggressiveness. Go pick it up.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. But he will not get away. He stops short of the marker. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold.
Everyone gears up for third down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, you know, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
Meanwhile, Tua's throws taken in by Waddle. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. On second down, Mostert. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake.
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
That was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure. That was a ball that they knew here was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. And he was able to run free after the catch.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down. The Ravens 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Jackson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins will take over possession here up at the 44. Charles, I don't know what's going on in that defensive team meeting room, but they better keep it rolling. 3 picks last week, 2 here now in the first quarter.
Everyone talks about creating turnovers and getting takeaways, but until it gets put into action, it's just talk. And right now, it's in action and in a big way. Now they've got the receivers wondering if they have to turn around and play more defense instead of running routes trying to take the ball downfield.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Back to the air on second down, Tagovailoa. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Jackson. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. He will get the Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd-down conversion.
And he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're heading towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
Yeah, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Now Hill to return it. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Mike Gesicki has really emerged as one of the Miami Dolphins' primary targets, and he can run the entire route tree. We know he's dependable in the short areas, but he can also stretch the field down the middle. A career-high 73 catches last season, and he gets another one here to move the chains.
2 and now on 1st down. He sets to fire deep. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick in the game. Instead, 2nd down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa on the move to his left. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. 2 are going to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal. Oh, no time to pitch it, and down he goes. And it's in the end zone. That's going to be a safety.
Normally, when we think about big swings and scores before a half, we think offense, but this time, their defense made the play. Instant pressure off the snap, and they weren't going to let him find a way to escape.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there's things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game. And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down, this is Wilson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. They'll try and run here with Mostert. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 18. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
I can't do nothing, Jimmy. I can't. Oh, never mind.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this 1st half. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. It's a gain of 2, and it will be the final act of this 1st half of play. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the 1st half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Dobbins running out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson. And this one is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 19. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Whether it's offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
To his throw, caught by his receiver, Hill. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
Tua now on 1st down. Tyreek Hill's got another one. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here. These last few plays, they have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up for the 1st and goal.
Firing quickly. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount, they turn the ball over. Terrible.
42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Right back to Dobbins on 1st. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 14. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Third and 2, here's Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Here's Jackson. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Tucker with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now, he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Boy, 30 more yards and another 1st down. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't...
Back now in Baltimore. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively. Or it could have gone for more.
On play action, here's Tua. Tua hit, and the ball is out. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. This has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So now a big play here as the Dolphins will go for the 2. The two are going to try and throw for it. And it'll be intercepted.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 56 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right.
He's got it with the 15. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 44 yards.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Jackson here is going to look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua. Open man, that's Gesicki down the field. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to now.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Tua to throw. Caught. It's Wilson. Touchdown. Cedric Wilson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side. Get that high hop.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Kyle Hamilton picks it.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
And they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From just inside the 20, a short kick. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all three timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Here's Hill on the return. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Okay, ready?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Tua. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now Tua. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Jalen Armour-Davis, and the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Obviously, Charles, such an important, well-executed touchdown, and that caps off what has been a strong second half. Remember, they trailed at halftime.
And how about the response? That's the type of thing that every team talks about before a season begins. Don't worry about the scoreboard at the half. Let's play strong in the second and come out and take the fight to our opponent. They did exactly that, and now they have the lead to show for it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he'll be brought down after a gain of about 9, and compounding things, it's now third down as well.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Fourth down, fourth quarter. Here's Tua. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it.
Adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Baltimore, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll drop to 0-2, and they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills.